I was a nervous wreck. It was raining, so the drive down here, you know, it was just, I was already nervous. And then when we pulled into the parking lot, hearing the instructors yelling from the car was a little bit intimidating.
Stay up in this spot, not that spot, this one. Where did you guys learn how to drive?
Heels together, head and eyes straight forward.
I was actually recycled from class 243. I made about 7.5 weeks, got an injury, had to resign. I came back for 244 right away.
Who picked out your outfit today? What's wrong?
Although I was here previously, you still have to go through it. You still have multiple instructors screaming in your face. The pressure's on.
Get out of here, cool guy.
Yes, sir. Who dressed you this morning?
Me, sir. Miss ma'am.
Sir, I'm a woman.
Sir.
Look at me.
Sir.
Look at me.
Sir.
I'm a woman. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Don't forget it.
Yes, ma'am.
Arriving here on day one, this was old hat for me. Basically, all the yelling, the screaming, the chaos, I kind of fit right in with it, but it was right on par with the military.
You will be given your barracks assignment.
Having the background with the basic training, I was still surprised coming in here. It's a shock, and it has been some time in between. It sucked the first day. It was definitely a surprise, and the instructors are hard on you. But it's all for a good cause at the end. We all became a team at the end.
Yes, sir. Get inside. Just run inside when I call your name. Gerald.
Find your phone.
Okay, let's go. Just go inside.
I knew I was gonna get the brunt of stuff because I know better this time being here. So my immediate thing was, as soon as we got into barracks and the instructors left, I started taking people and letting them know, look, this is the way things run around here. You know, it behooves you to adjust yourself accordingly, to make everyone's time here easier.
Today, your accountability started the moment you walked and drove through those gates. From now, for the rest of your career, for those that make it, everything you do here and during your career, you'll be watched. You will be the next generation of correction officers. Okay? It was you that are going to take this to another level. If you can't handle it, if you don't meet the standards that we set forth, unfortunately, you will not be making it through the end of this class.
The intense pressure that you're put under, it's for a reason. It's to make sure that you can handle what's going to be thrown at you in the future. Obviously, when you're in the jails, just even in your everyday life, just being able to handle pressure, think, make decisions, and be productive.
All the pressure that is put on you because you have to be mentally tough to be in this profession. When you're in the prison, you have to act accordingly under pressure.
If you want to leave after the first day, you can't. Do not leave. You have to stay another day, and it will be worth it in the end.
Well, hey! Stop looking at the ground!
Drilling ceremony, the first day, it was a little bit hard to catch on to because it was my first time doing anything like that. But as we went on through the academy, being around each other every day, marching together every day, it brought us closer. We kind of just, you know, our drill instructor, he helped us out a lot, and it came easier as the time went on.
Well, I believe drill and ceremony boosts morale because in the first week, not everyone can perform a left face, and then after 14 weeks, you're performing complex trick drills as one unit, and no one's missing anything. It can really boost your self-esteem and your confidence knowing that you work this well as one unit.
Forward! On! Left, right, left, left, right, left. Y'all left. Keep your distance. Dress it to the right.
We got to get through there. We have 180 people to feed, and we have a lot of stuff to accomplish throughout the day, so there's no time to sit down for your gourmet lunch. You know.
Let's go!
Head to the table.
What do you think the next move is, sir? Just step forward. Good job, sir. Excellent.
We got into the mess hall, and it was nothing but yelling. We only had a few seconds to eat. The food was blazing hot, so it was difficult to eat. But now, you know, as we go through the academy, we understand that we have to be able to stay calm during stressful situations, especially going into the prison. So it's all for a reason.
Who's the last person? How are we doing?
Ready, seats.
Use your big boy voice.
Ready, seats.
I'm not impressed.
Ready, seats.
Sit down.
Every single step you take in there is somehow coordinated. You don't block entrances. There's a facing movement when you get to the station. There's a facing movement when you get to the drink station. You have to know what table row to go up. If you don't, you'll have an instructor waiting there to let you know that you messed up.
Hey, say something! Louder, sir! Go!
Great!
You go!
Great! Nobody can hear you! Right face! Right face!
Right face.
Right face!
Say it again.
Right face!
Again.
Right face!
Again.
Right face!
Get out of my face.
And put your fork, your spoon, and your knife in here. It's not hard. Hurry up! You're taking too long, sir. You're taking too long.
Just being able to perform your just tasks that you would think or you take for granted, turning to the left, turning to the right, following simple instructions as walking around the table.
You keep circling the table, sir. You keep circling.
Keep going around, sir! Keep going!
Who was the last one to sit down? Get your silver off that plate. Get your silver off that plate.
Playing
Get him up
go,
and out.
Goose.
Get him up and out. What do you say? Sir, get out of here. Get out of here, sir. Get out. You're wasting my time. Take that plate off. Let whatever else is doing and messing up. Because I can't handle the pressure. I'm putting a plate away. What are you going to do when the inmate tells you off? Nothing. You're going to sweat. And you're going to get nervous and not do the right thing. Let's go.
Go. 58. Go. 59. Go. 60. Go. 61. Go. 62. Go. 63. Go. 64. Go. 100.
I said a little. You look beat. Just always class out here. Just always look beat. What's wrong? This isn't for you. You got a hard, sir. Yeah, you got a hard. I know. 0 hard.
No matter what shape you come in here, you're gonna struggle at least a little bit. But if you come here not in shape at all and just try to wing it through, you're gonna have a really difficult time if you even make it past the assessment at all.
You want some more? We want some more! We want some more! 1, 2, 3, 3. PT is good for me.
It wasn't easy. They didn't give you anything. You always had to be at the academy standards, not your standards. You have to always keep up at the instructor's pace, not your pace.
I personally think that I had somewhat of a basis. The instructors here push you to another level, and that's awesome, especially with the running.
As it goes on, you literally do get stronger and you just can't give up. They're not here to break you down, they're here to make you stronger and just to prepare you for everything.
It's something you have to work at every day. Coming from the military, being used to it, yes. Enjoying it, not so much.
You're going to develop yourself as a character. You're going to be part of something better than yourself. And you're going to work towards a career and a future for you and your family.
A lot of people didn't know about was all the time that you actually have to spend studying. We're sitting in class from 8 to about 2:30 in the afternoon in class, studying the curriculum, and then afterwards, after the PT, after mess, you have to sit down and study because you have exams weekly and you have to pass. If you don't pass, you're not going to see yourself passing this academy.
We need to know the administrative code for DOC, how to conduct ourselves in the prison so we can have a job at the end of the day. Now we're also learning 2C because now we're police officers. We need to know the criminal code as well to go with it. And it's a lot of learning. It's a lot of hard work. But when you get your test results at the end and you see how high you scored, you're thankful for all the instructions you got.
Guys, arrow 10. Huh! Today, we will be presenting the guidelines for Class 244. A guideline is a small flag used to identify a military or paramilitary unit.
The guidon acted as a rallying point for troops and to mark the location of the unit commander. It was carried by the guidon bearer, who was always located at the side of the unit commander. The guidon was also used to signal the unit which way to maneuver and/or deploy during battle. Due to the chaos and noise on a battlefield, shouted commands sometimes could not be heard. But if the troops could see their guidon, they would know their leader's intentions. Tradition held that if the guidon bearer was wounded or killed, the next man would pick up the guidon and assume that role. As long as the troops could still see their guidon, out front they knew that their unit, its honor, and esprit de corps were still intact. The guidon symbolizes leadership, respect, and honor. Carry it always with pride and dignity. Instructor Perillo,
Yes, sir.
present the guidons.
Yes, sir.
Detail, halt. Detail, center, pace. Ready, one. Ready, two. Ready, three.
Move. Go.
The range was difficult for me personally. I had never shot before, so I struggled through it, but the instructors there are very helpful. It wasn't as difficult as I thought. I got down on myself, but the instructors were there to pick me up and get me through it.
It can be stressful at times when you're shooting because if you don't pass, you are going to go home. And my platoon shot week 10, so to make it 10 weeks and to have to go home because you couldn't put a shot on a piece of paper, that can get really stressful with some people, and I know a lot were.
They say that the ones that haven't previously shot before, they make better shooters because they don't have bad habits. So if you're coming here and you've never shot a weapon, don't stress it. You're going to stress it before going there because there are a few that sometimes fail out due to the range, but don't stress it. The instructors are great. They're the best in the business, and they will help. They will stay after and help you out with the skills and all of the proper techniques that it takes to shoot a weapon.
Almost every day you turn on the news, you hear someone shooting up somewhere, and unfortunately people aren't there fast enough, or there's not enough people in the crowd that know how to respond to that kind of crisis.
Good afternoon. In just a few moments, we expect to learn more about today's mass shooting at a synagogue in Pittsburgh. There you see the podium that's been set up in Pittsburgh. Law enforcement officials are going to be speaking any moment now. Earlier today, a gunman killed at least 8 people at the Tree of Life Synagogue in Pittsburgh's Squirrel Hill neighborhood. Authorities say 6 others were injured, including 4 police officers, some of those injuries in critical condition.
When you have a dream of being in law enforcement, you always think about being in that situation. You always want to help. So when we got here and we did that drill, it better prepared me. I feel like if that was to happen, I would know what to do and I would be more relaxed. I would be able to figure it out and assist.
Well, in this scenario, we're teaching you got to button hook around. So you're staying arm length off of the wall. So when you come in, you're already fanning. You understand? Which is why you're going to the corner, because you can already tell if someone's there.
Being police officers now, we need to know at any time, off duty or not, if something pops off, we need to react to it and handle the threat.
One time and one time only we will encourage you to cheer on your classmate. Obviously, Darcy has put up a lot for you guys for the past 11 weeks. All right, so we're going to show him a little extra love due to all the love he showed us. All right, so we will ask you to encourage by cheering him on. This is one only time we will allow you to do that. Do you understand? Sir, yes, sir. All right, so I want to hear you loud and cheer Darcy on. Let's go.
It's kind of a crawl, walk, run method, so you get that ability to see it, practice it, simulate it in a slower pace, and then you're going full speed with it. And I believe the quote by Mike Tyson was, "Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face."
We all got to go at it with each other, but at the end of the day, we all know that we're just trying to push each other to be better, and nobody took anything personally. I mean, nobody tried to injure each other. If anything, we tried to help each other because some have more experience with fighting than others, so we tried to teach the ones that didn't know and bring them up to our level, and it was a good experience for myself and everyone else.
Our first line, if anything were to go wrong in jail. You have seconds to react, and you have to make split-second decisions, and you have to hold your own for an extended amount of time. The instructors here put us in scenarios where we did practice that in a controlled environment safely, and it prepared us, but I don't think we'll be ready until, that first punch ever happens. That's really the first. That's the true test.
I'm extremely grateful for it. The instructors were top-notch. They taught us everything that they could in the amount of time they had to work with, and it was an eye-opener. As soon as we finished DT, I went up, I signed for my own gym just to even further prepare myself for the challenges ahead.
The 5-on-1 drill, the circles, so we call it, it was difficult. It's very tiring. You go in and you do what you have to do, and it's like nonstop for 1 minute and 15 seconds, which feels like a lifetime. But you just have to keep on fighting and make it out the circle. It prepares you to be able to handle yourself in case you do get involved with the code with more than one inmate. Just know that help is coming, be able to keep your stamina, hold yourself down until the help gets there.
As the platoon, when we went there that morning, everyone kind of was a little anxious to get to finally see what we were going to be going, and it was close towards the end of the class.
Everybody's nervous about going to prison because neither one of us, nobody's been in prison. You don't know what it's like. You don't know the smell, you don't know the culture, you don't know the experience. So walking in there, you're just nervous because you don't know what you're going to see. But once you're actually in there, you feel a lot more comfortable because all right, I can do this, I'm here.
In the barracks, I noticed that morning that there was kind of a palpable, tense feeling in the air, and the trainees are up for it. It's something